evening, everybody. My name's Sarah Parr, and welcome to Sarah Parr Pilates. For all of my regulars who know me well, hello everybody. For anybody joining me for the first time this evening, hello as well. We are actually on week 7 of Sarah Parr Pilates at home. It's the 29th of April. So hopefully we'll be doing this every week until we can get back to normal. Normal for me on a Wednesday night is teaching a lower back pain Pilates class and a class for runners. I'm a spinal specialist physiotherapist, so treating back pain, spinal pain is what I do most of the time. Not doing it at the moment, but hey ho. I can see a few people joining me, so if you are joining me or if you're doing the class for the first time, please do give me a like. Anybody ever got any questions? I'm more than happy if you send me a personal message. I can always answer those. A few disclaimers. I think I've said this most weeks now. First of all, please work at your own level. So I normally do 2 classes and they're quite different levels. I'm trying to amalgamate them, so I will give option 1 and option 2 of an exercise. Obviously stick with the level that you're comfortable with, don't force into pain at any point in time. And the second disclaimer, I have a little girl upstairs, she's only just gone to bed, hopefully she will stay there. If she doesn't, we may need to pause the class while I settle her back down to bed. Alright, so I can see a few people are joining me. I'm going to pop some music on. Again, for my regulars, you'll know this music. It's just got a bit of a nice flow to it. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay, so to begin, we always start a class looking at your posture in your neutral position. Your neutral position is the position that your body should be comfortably in. So to do this, if you put your feet together to begin with, toes out, heels out to meet, then toes, knees, hips, all in a parallel line, so coming up through the shoulders. Always need to think about that core engagement, okay? So to do this, we can either just think about the cue of bringing your belly button towards your spine or lifting up through the pelvic floor. In standing, I like to use the cue of having a helium balloon. Now that's a helium balloon that's coming out of the crown of the head, but the string is attached to your pelvic floor. So as that helium balloon inflates, that string lengthens the spine, it grows up. So hopefully you can grow up a little bit taller. As you do that, get wider through the collarbones, draw those shoulders back and down. Your hands should naturally sit in line with the sides of your legs, not the fronts of your legs, so you're not rounded. So just give me a couple of little shoulder rolls backwards, and what that will do is open up the shoulder blades and pop your shoulders back and down, so arms to the side. We're just going to start with a few gentle loosening up exercises. So just a nice soft bend in the knee, hands on the hips, and we're going to do a little bit of a hula hoop at the pelvis here. So just circling the pelvis. As you do this, feel the weight transfer from the sides of the feet to the toes, the opposite side on your heel. Any tension in your lower back, if you've been sat at a home office, just loosening that off. Change direction for me. So just go to where you're comfortable, loosening off any tension. Keep those knees nice and soft, no twisting on your knees. And then just popping yourself back in the centre. So the centre is 50-50 weight between each toe, that core engagement growing up. Give me a couple of little shoulder rolls again. Again, any tension in the neck and the shoulders, just letting it go, loosening off. And change direction with that shoulder roll for me. And then to finish, one more shoulder roll backwards, pop those hands back and down in line with the sides. And just with your head now, imagine you have a pencil on your nose and just circling that head. Again, any tension in the neck and the shoulders, just loosening it off, letting it go. All can be a bit stressful, home tutoring plus working from home, change direction. Last one here, and then just resetting in the middle. Think that helium balloon's growing up and inflated. And then here, just want to think about your breathing for a minute. What I want to do is think about abdominal breathing, so not shoulder breathing. So this is a nice way of getting you to relax the shoulder muscles. What I'd like to do is take a breath in, but purposely as you breathe in, shrug up. Inhale, and then as you exhale, shrug down and squeeze back. Excellent. So breathing in, shrugging up. Breathing out, squeezing back. Excellent. Another one here. Breathing in and up, out and back. Keep going with that. As you breathe in and up, as you come out and back, we're using these posterior shoulder blade muscles. They're the postural muscles that we forget about sometimes. 2 more, breathing in and up, squeezing back. Last one here, breathing in and up, squeezing in and back. Excellent. Reset that posture. Think about that nice relaxed breathing. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe in, we're going to just sway backwards. As we breathe out, we're going to sway forwards. Feel the weight go to your toes. Breathing in, sway backwards. Breathing out, swaying forwards, weight to the toes. Coming backwards with that breath in. This time as you exhale and you come forward, you're going to rise up onto your toes. Inhale, back down and rock back. Breathing in, rocking forwards, coming up to the exhale, and then down and back. This time as you're coming up, you're going to float the arms, bringing them up nice and tall and coming back and down. If you struggle with your breathing pattern, just make sure you're not holding your breath. That is really the important thing. As you're coming up here onto your toes, really rise tall. Think that helium balloon's inflated a little bit, and then coming down as you breathe in. Exhale, coming up. Just going to do a couple more here. Last one. Okay, excellent. Give those legs a quick shake, okay? And we're going to give our calves a stretch, probably feeling a little bit tight in the calf now. Left foot forward, right foot backwards. Have a look at the toes. We want 12 o'clock toes pointing forwards. The front left leg bends, the back right leg stays straight. Really push the kneecap of the right leg back. Looking forwards, head up, shoulders back and down, core still engaged. You should feel a nice stretch on the back of the calf here. Really lock that knee back to get that stretch into the calf and the Achilles. Lean into it if you don't feel it enough. And we're holding it just for a couple more seconds. Okay, excellent. Coming out of the stretch, you're going to come onto your toes now with the back right foot, and we're coming into a dip or a lunge. Core engaged, head up, shoulders back down. You might want to put your hands on your hip here. So you're on your toes of the back right foot, the left leg stabilising. You're taking a breath in. As you exhale, you dip down. Inhale and up. Exhale and down. Inhale and up. Keep going for me. Exhale and down. Inhale and up. If you want it to be easy, do a mini dip. If you want it to be hard, you come all the way down, graze your knee down and coming up. We're halfway. So the lower you go, the harder it is. The higher you stay, the easier it is. Got 3 more. Keep that core engaged, head up, shoulders back and down as you're coming into your last one. Okay, excellent. Swapping over, right foot forward, left foot back. Look at the toes, toes to 12 o'clock. Bending the front right leg, that back left leg straight. We're doing our calf stretch first. Push the knee back on the left leg, engage the core, head up, shoulders back and down. Nice relaxed breathing. Really push that knee back on the left leg, push the heel back, feel that stretch in the calf. If you don't feel it, bend further on the right. Okay, excellent. Coming out of the stretch, you know what's happening now. We're going into our lunge. Up onto the toes on the left leg, hands on the hip. Head up, shoulders back and down, core engaged, helium balloon very much there. Taking a breath in, exhale coming down, inhale coming up. And again, mini dip, making it easier. Lower dip, making it harder. Exhale for the effort, coming down, inhale, coming up. If you're going for the lower option, you're not resting, you're very much just grazing your knee down to the mat. You might get a clunk or a click, I certainly do, that's nothing to worry about. Really squeeze the thigh and the glutes as you come back up. You've got 3 more. Last one. Excellent. Stepping out, give the legs a little bit of a shake. We're going to come into our foot series. This is a balance exercise. I might actually show you it from the side so you can see it a little bit better. Helium balloon switched on. Feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards, core engaged. This is very much about balance and poise, foot control. So the foot series, we start with a knee bend. Try not to stick your bottom out, knee bend, keep it nice and strong. And then from the knee bend, you keep your knees bent and the heels raised. Then you're holding it here for a moment. Then you're extending onto the toes before you slowly lower. Nice breathing here. Knee bend, raise the heels, hold for a breath, extend, lower, and again, bend the knees, raise the heels, extend nice and high, lower. We'll do 2 more here. Bend the knees, raise the heels, hold, extend, hold, and lower. Brilliant. 1 more. Bend the knees, raise the heels, hold that there. Good. Extend, hold, nice and high, grow up tall, helium balloon lifting you, and slowly down. Excellent. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. Coming into an exercise again for balance, there are 2 options with this exercise. Come hip distance apart, core engaged, helium balloon lifting you up nice and tall. Hands onto your hips for this exercise. So option 1, you can have your toe in contact with the ground, and the left leg, the currently straight leg, is the one that you're going to be doing the work on. So this is option 1, and the exercise is going to look like a mini squat. Option 2, the harder option, you take this leg off the floor. So you're either standing like this to begin with, or toes on the floor. Pick your option, okay? I'll demonstrate both. The movement, you take a breath in to prepare, you engaged. Exhale, you're going to dip down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come up. Option 1, toe on the floor. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come up. You're really aiming for your hips and pelvis to stay level. Imagine you have a spirit level in line with your belly button, and it's very much a controlled dip down and up. Try and keep the knee over the toe. I'm not that good at it either, okay? Down and up, nice and controlled. Flowing breathing as you're coming down and up. Really focus on the balance, that knee over the toe. I'm going to do a couple more on this side. Doing really good. Okay, excellent. Coming out, give the legs a shake, and we're swapping over. Ground the standing leg. As we swap over again, option 1, toe on the floor, that bit of balance. Or if you want the extra challenge, it's a knee lift. Get your balance. Breath in to prepare, hands on hips. Exhale, dipping down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, dipping down. Inhale, coming up. All of this should stay nice and steady. Option 1, again, toes on the floor. It's this bending legs doing all the work. Keep going for me, doing really good. Really focus on the control of that knee over the toes. 2 more here. Excellent. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. So lots of balance there, lots of control. Just going to move into a couple of stretches before we go on to our mat-based work. I want you to cross your right foot over your left. Your right arm comes in the air. You're reaching up and across here. We're not rotating. Imagine you're squashed between 2 planes of glass. The aim is to get the rib and the hip spaced apart. Take a breath. Exhale, reach. Really stretching all through the right side here. Hold it for 1 more breath. Take a breath, exhale and reach. Brilliant. Swapping over. Left foot crosses over, left arm goes into the air. Taking a breath in, exhale and reach. Again, don't twist. Keep yourself very much squished between 2 planes of gas. The rib and the hip are aiming to come away from each other. You're not collapsing down, you're reaching up. Breath in, exhale. Excellent, coming apart. Coming into our warrior stretch, it's a yoga stretch that I've stolen, but it's perfect for a warm-up and Pilates, getting everything going. I want you to take a nice wide stance, so toes pointing forward, bigger than hip distance. You're going to take your right toes and turn them forwards. That right knee bends, so you're having a nice stretch of the inner thigh here. The core's still engaged, your helium balloon's still lifting. Your arms come into a crucifix position. You're not shrugging up, shoulders come back and down. Nice strong position. This is called a warrior pose, so nice and strong. Your head looks towards your leading hand. Hold it here. Deepen the stretch, bend that front knee for me. This is our warrior. Now we're going to reverse it. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, the front right hand reaches up, looking up to the ceiling, the back left hand reaches down. Take a breath, exhale, reach the fingertips to the ceiling. Again, you're creating space between the rib and the hip on the right hand side. Again, another breath, exhale and reach. Brilliant. With this next breath, you're going back into your warrior. Hold it nice and strong. Deepen that knee bend. Really feel the effort in the thigh. Belly button drawn in, helium balloon still lifting you up nice and strong. Excellent. Take a breath, exhale, push out, swap over. The right toes come forward, the left toes rotate round. Bending the front left knee, engaging, nice and relaxed with the shoulders to begin with, no hunching, core engaged. Just enjoying that stretch for a moment. Taking a breath, exhale into our crucifix arms, our warrior pose, heads looking forwards. Nice deep bend of that front left leg. Holding it just for a moment. Then take a breath, exhale, left hand reaches up, right hand reaches back. Take a breath, exhale, extend the space between the rib and the hip here. Holding that there, take a breath, exhale and reach, deepen that knee bend. Brilliant. Take a breath, exhale, back into warrior. Don't shrug the shoulders, bring them back and down. Nice strong crucifix arms, head looking forward. Deepen that knee bend, feel the effort on the thigh, hold it. Perfect. Take a breath, exhale, push out of it. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Forgot to say at the start of the class, just before we come down to the mat, you'll either need a cushion or a small squidgy ball if you have one. And it doesn't matter if you haven't got either, you can do the exercises we'll come to without. I want you to come and stand at the end of the mat, okay, or the end of wherever you've got your space. We're going to come into a roll down. You're going to take a breath. As you exhale, chin comes in, the core comes in. Exhale and roll. This head starts to roll. The cervical spine, the neck bones move first, then the mid-back bones, then the lumbar, lower back bones. Slowly, 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 slowly. Keep the knees locked to begin with, so the knees are straight to begin with. And as you hang, take a breath. Exhale, feel like your arms are a tree swaying in the breeze. Elephant trunk swaying side to side. Just enjoy the stretch through the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves, opening up the lumbar spine. And then from this position, I just want you to unlock the knees, bend the knees. You'll feel that you get a little bit more of a bend now. Look between your legs behind you, opening up through the lumbar spine. You should be able to touch the mat now. If you can't, bend your knees enough that you can. And then from here, we're going to walk out into our downward dog or our triangle pose. So the hands walk out, the feet come back. You're pushing your heels down. Belly button to the spine, you're looking to the wall behind you. Really push those heels down, no bent knees, nice straight legs. Chin tucked in, look to the wall behind you. Spread your fingers nice and wide, gives you a big base of support. Belly button to the spine. And then take a breath, exhale, give me some foot pedals. Just locking those knees, taking the feet down, the heel down, trying to stretch through the Achilles. And then here, take a breath, exhale, push back. Really push those knees back, try and get those heels to the floor. If you can, gold star, better than me. Okay, and then from here, we're coming into our hands and knees. Now, option one is I want you to go into a cat curl. So option one is a cat curl and a cow arching backwards and forwards. So if you want to, just stick with this. If you want the extra challenge, we're going to come into a little bit of a plank. So you're either staying here with your cat-cow. If you're coming with me into the plank, take a breath in, exhale, come forward. You might need to take a step back. Hands on the shoulders, knees nice and locked. No lolling heads, no arching backs. Nice and strong, chin tucked in. Holding it here for me, we're in our high plank. And then from here, let's take a breath. As you exhale, we're going to start rocking. Just a couple of little rockers here. Nice and controlled. Don't sag. Don't want your bottom in the air. Okay, excellent. Stop your rockers. Down into your low plank. Holding it here. Belly button engaged. Really lock out those thighs. And then again, come into our rockers. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. A few little rockers here, just challenging your core. Belly button to your spine. Okay, excellent. Stopping in the middle, back into high plank. Holding it here. Nice and strong, brace those thighs. Excellent. Take a breath, exhale, bend the knees, uncurl the toes, and we'll rejoin the level ones without curling up or down. Just having a moment here, enjoying your cat curls. You may find that the tuck in and the arch up is really nice, or you may prefer the arch down. Just do which you prefer. Moving through the two, you can hold either. Okay, from here, we're going to just go back into our child's pose. Take the pressure off the wrists. If you can rest your forehead down, brilliant. If you can't, that's fine. If you're in this position, that's fine too. Just wherever you're comfortable. So, fingers and hands wider than your hips. If you've got a mat, it's wider than the mat. Reach your fingertips away. Push your bottom back. Now what I'd like you to do is take your right hand and place it across on top of the left. Again, we're trying to create space between the rib and the hip on the right hand side. Nice relaxed breathing whilst you're stretching here. And then changing, right hand comes to the right side, left hand follows it and goes on top. Reach those fingertips away, really feel the stretch through the left side of the rib and the hip. Nice relaxed breathing. Excellent. Taking the hands back to the centre and bringing yourself back into all fours. So from here we have a couple of levels again. We're going to start with the level 1, and then for those that want the extra challenge, we'll come into level 2. We're going to start with our right leg. Core engaged. Imagine a tray of drinks on your back. We're not dropping them. So very much a level back, core's engaged, belly button to the spine. You're going to take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to slide your right leg out. And then the movement from here is taking a breath to prepare. Exhale and lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Do not let the back arch. We're not doing this movement, okay? It's just a nice squeeze and a lift. As you lower, you're not resting, you're just tapping down. So this is the level 1. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. If you want the extra challenge, you're going to take your left arm and bring it into Superman. So your left arm is just staying there in Superman, and your right leg is doing the squeeze and lift. So this is your level 2. Level 1, both hands on the mat. Level 2, your left arm's in the air. Core engaged, don't let your head roll, looking down. Really should feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. I'm going to do a couple more here on the right side. Okay, excellent. Bring your hand down if it's out, bring your knee back. Reset. We're swapping over, taking a breath. Exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale and lower. So it's that exhale to lift, inhale to lower. And again, it's just a tap down. It's not a relaxed down. We're not lifting to arch. It's very much a nice level back. If you're going for the level 2, right arm comes into Superman. Again, keep that head looking down. Imagine you have a little ball between your chin and your chest. You don't want to drop it. You're looking straight down. Core's very much engaged. Belly button to your spine. We're just doing 3 more. Okay, excellent. Sliding your arm in if it's out, sliding the leg in. Perfect. From here, we're just going to come and lie onto our tummies. We're going to focus quite a bit on our gluteal muscles tonight. You can relax for this part of the exercise however you want your hands. It's really very much up to you. So you can have your head to the side, head resting down. Just to begin with, we're going to have a little challenge. I want you to draw your belly button up towards your spine. So create some space between your belly button and the mat so you're not completely relaxed and arched down. Belly button drawn up. From here, I just want you to squeeze your bum cheeks together. So good old squeeze of your bum cheeks. Imagine you're trying to stop yourself past wind in front of the Queen. Okay? And then relax the bum cheeks. Now, can you squeeze just your right bum cheek and relax it?
And then squeeze just your left bum cheek and relax it. Keep going with that for me. Just squeeze your right bum cheek and relax it, and your left bum cheek and relax it. Can you do it? So there'll be people at home now trying this and they can do it easy. There'll be other people who are lying there thinking this is absolutely impossible. But you can isolate these two gluteal muscles left and right. So if you're struggling, that's your challenge and homework for the week. Okay, relax completely for a moment. Have we forgotten about that belly button towards your spine? If you have, draw it back in. We're going to build on that bum squeeze now. So from here, I want you to squeeze your right bum cheek. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, that right bum cheek squeezes, that right thigh braces, and you lift the right leg. Inhale to hold, exhale to lower. And then swapping over, taking a breath. Exhale, squeeze the left bum cheek, brace the left thigh, hover, hold it for a breath, and then lower. So it's an alternating leg lift, but it's very much a bum squeeze, thigh brace, leg lift. And you're really aiming to try and keep that belly button lifted off, away from the mat whilst you're doing the gluteal squeeze leg lift. You should really feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. You're only aiming to hover your leg just a couple of inches. If you lift it too high, it stresses the lower back. So don't be lifting the leg too high. We're just going to do one more on each side. So 2 more in total. And then just having a quick relax. Now, wherever your hands are, we need them to join in. I want you to relax your head, forehead down, and your arms out in front of you like Superman. But I want your thumbs up to the ceiling because that puts your shoulders in a good position. And here we're going to do an opposite arm and leg lift. Belly button towards your spine. Keeping the core engaged and drawn away, you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're squeezing and lifting the right leg, also hovering the left arm. You're going to hold it for a breath and then relax down. And then swapping over, taking a breath, exhaling, squeezing and lifting the left leg, bracing the left thigh, hovering the right arm, and then relaxing down. And then this swapping over. So this is our swimming exercise. You'll feel it working the whole posterior slings of the body, all the muscles in the back of the body. They get forgotten about when we're slumped over laptops and computers or bending over home teaching little ones at the moment. Have we lost that belly button drawn up? If you have, correct yourself, bring it back in. We're going to do 2 more, 1 more on each side. Doing great, guys. Okay, excellent. Relaxing down, and I want you to bring your left arm in and relax your head on your left arm. You're going to bend your right leg, right hand grabs your right foot, and you're stretching the front of the right thigh. So nice stretch of the thigh here, nice relaxed breathing. Let all those muscles in your back just relax for a moment. You should really feel this down the front of the thigh, but also the front of the hip. Can get quite tight. Okay, excellent. Coming out of this stretch, you let go of the foot. Your right arm comes to the side. We're going to go straight into our scorpion stretch. The right foot rotates like a scorpion's tail to the left side. You feel a stretch through the front of the right hip, down the right thigh. Just holding it here. You should feel a little twist in your back, but it shouldn't be painful. Excellent. Relaxing the leg down, and then we're swapping over. Your head goes on your right hand, your left hand grabs your left foot, and you're relaxing down to stretch the front of the left thigh. Again, nice relaxed breathing while you're stretching. Okay, excellent. To come out of the stretch, pop your left arm to the side. Take a breath and just exhale as you rotate into that scorpion stretch. The left foot rotates to the right hand side. Really feeling that stretch through the body. Okay, excellent. Slowly relaxing down and coming to rest onto your side. As you rest onto the side, I'm just moving my pillow out of the way, and popping your head onto your hands. Your bottom leg is going to be bent, your top leg is straight for this exercise. Core is drawn in and engaged, so we're not sagging through the middle. Top hip drawn down, core engaged. Hand on your hip, it's just for a bit of control here. And this is a movement we're going to bring the leg forwards and back, but the toes and the foot are involved as well. So the movement, as you breathe in, we're hovering the leg to begin. Breathe in, you're going to bring the leg forwards and point the toes up. As you exhale, you're going to bring the leg backwards and point the toes down. So it's breathing in and forwards, out and back. In and forwards, out and back. Try and keep this control through the pelvis. And you should feel that there's some work going on through the centre here to control the leg. You suddenly realise how heavy your leg is when you're doing these types of exercises. It's quite a long lever. Breathing in and forwards, out and back. Try and keep the hip in line with the leg in line with the hip. We're not bringing the leg up in the air here. It's very much hovering it forwards and back. Breathing in and forwards, pull the toes up. Breathing out and back, toes down. We're going to do 3 more here. Again, if you're not sure about the breathing, just make sure you're not holding your breath. Okay, excellent. That was your last one. Bringing the feet back together. Now, if you've got a cushion handy, pop it between your feet. If you haven't got a cushion, that's absolutely fine. Just do this exercise with your feet together. And we're coming into our clam exercise. So we're going to do the level 2, where we hover the feet off the mat. So the feet are hovered off the mat and you're having to squeeze that cushion, or if you've got a ball, the ball between your feet, okay? Now the feet need to stay hovered off the mat. Don't want you to sag through the middle, draw that top hip down. If there was a little spider, you're creating a space for him to crawl under you, okay? If you don't like spiders, it's an ant, okay? Tummy drawn in, feet hovered. You're taking a breath. As you exhale, you're taking the knees apart. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lower, okay? Taking that breath, exhale, knees apart, inhale to hold, exhale to lower. Keep going. The feet stay off the mat, okay? That lower leg is your stabilizer. It's holding it there. The top leg is your mobilizer. It's moving, it's doing the effort. You should feel this deep into your hip and your gluteal muscles. These are the muscles really important for stabilising your leg as you're walking, but also supporting the lumbopelvic region. Don't lose that lift of the cushion. If you're getting tired, just really lift it up here. Don't want you rolling backwards. It's very much the hips stay stacked. Keep going. We're going to do 3 more. Keep that core engaged. Don't lose that lift through the side. Last one here. Okay, excellent. As you come down, relax the feet down. Just pop your cushion to one side. We're going to relax the lower half. You'll be glad to know. We're going to bring this arm, your underside arm, you're going to bring it through. We're coming into our arm openings. So to begin with, you need your toes, knees and hips stacked. And you're really thinking of super gluing your knees to the ground, okay? And the movement is coming from the upper part of the body. You're going to take a breath. As you exhale, you float the arm, you draw a rainbow. Exhale and come back. And then there's 2 ways to do this. You can either inhale and come forward, so it's a flowing pattern. So that's exhale, coming back, head follows the hand. Inhale to come forward. This is not an arm movement. It is a rib cage movement. You're pushing your knees forward, you're rotating through the rib cage. The alternative way of doing it is having a hold. So you exhale, come back, and then hold it, have a breath in. And then exhale, as your lungs deflate, you'll rotate further, push those knees forwards, and coming back. So you can either do it as the flowing pattern, exhale and back, inhale to return, or the holding it, having a breath, feeling the stretch, enjoying the stretch. This is one of my favourite exercises. Really good for opening up the mid-back, the rib cage. You can get very stiff. Imagine your ribs are like a spiral staircase, rotating and opening up. We're going to do 1 more here. This last one, I want you to hold it. Come all the way back, head follows the hands. Now here, take a breath for me. Exhale. As you exhale, your lungs deflate, your ribs get an extra bit of rotation. Brilliant, coming back. Excellent. From here, we're going to push up into sitting. So just pushing yourself up, coming up to the front, okay? Hands at the front of your knees here. Take a breath up, grow up nice and tall, and then just exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Just one more here. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Coming back up. I want you to change your hand position to the backs of your knees now. Okay, so your hands are behind your knees in the crease of your knee. Draw your shoulders back and down. So here we've got a couple of options to work with, okay? So option one, we're going to be sitting back. As you sit back, you'll feel your core switches on. So belly button to spine, that spring between your ribs and your hips is switched on to hold you. Yeah, your hands are there just for support, okay? So this is our level one. Level one, feet stay on the floor. You're going to take a breath in. You're going to exhale to lift a leg. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift a leg. Inhale to lower. So this is our level one. Exhale, lift a leg. Inhale to lower. Now if you're finding this challenging, I really want you to stick with the level one here, okay? So the level one is just this leaning back and extending the legs, but you're using your hands for support. Level two, I want you to hover both legs off the floor. You can still use your fingertips for support. Take that breath, inhale to lower. Exhale to extend. Inhale to lower. This is our level two, feet off the floor. Exhale, extend. Inhale to lower. If you're at the level two and you think, you know what, this is easy, let go for me. So you're really working that core, but also challenging and extending the legs. Doing great, guys. Keep going. Going to do one more on each leg. Okay, excellent. Bringing yourself back into the centre. Going to come into a quick stretch here. I want you to extend your left leg. Your right leg's going to drop down to the side. Your hands go onto your left leg. Your right hand's on top. You're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, chin tucks in. You're slowly rolling down with the exhale. You're either grabbing your shin or grabbing your toes as a pivot point here. And this right arm's reaching across, again creating space between the rib and the hip. If you can only hold your chin, that's fine by me. Take a breath in, exhale as your lungs deflate, get more of a stretch. Tuck the chin in, you'll feel your back stretching as well as the hamstrings. Really reach across, one more breath in, exhale and reach. Excellent, rolling back up. Now this bent right leg, you're crossing over the left leg. The left arm's hugging it tightly and you're looking over your right shoulder. Don't collapse down, grow up nice and tall and really get that rotation. Really hug the right leg. Feel that stretch through the glute and the thigh, but you're getting a nice twist through the spine. Nice relaxed breathing here. Okay, excellent. Slowly back to the centre and swapping over. So, right leg out straight, left leg bent, hands onto the knee, left hand comes onto the top. Taking a breath in, exhale, tuck the chin in, rolling down. Again, you're either using your shin or your toes as your pivot point. Take that breath, exhale, lean into the stretch. Again, another breath, exhale, reach that left arm across, lean into the stretch. As you exhale, the lungs deflate. You should get a little bit more of a stretch in the lower back and the hamstrings. Okay, excellent. Slowly coming back up, growing up nice and tall. That helium balloon's inflating. The bent leg, you cross over. Your right arm is hugging that left leg. You're looking over your left shoulder. Again, not collapsing down, growing up tall. That helium balloon's still working. Okay, excellent. Slowly back to the centre. We're coming onto our opposite side. So you're still facing the same way, but you're coming onto your opposite side and we're doing the same exercises to match here. So the first one, if you remember, your bottom leg is bent and your top leg comes out straight. Core engaged, grow nice and long through the centre here.
the movement, you're hovering the leg to begin with, you're taking a breath in to come forwards, toes pulled up, breathing out, exhaling, pushing back, toes go back. Inhale and forward, exhale and back. Keep going for me. Inhale and forwards, exhale and back. Imagine there's a spring between your rib and your hip. It's generally quite tight. There's a little bit of movement here, but it wants to be a controlled movement. The foot movement of the toes pulling up towards you and then back as you squeeze back just gives the nerves a little bit of a glide as we're moving here. So any tension in the sciatic nerve, this will help loosen it off, and there's a few of you out there that do suffer. We're going to do just a couple more here, doing really good, guys. Don't lose that core engagement through the centre. Last one. Excellent. Bending that leg. If you have got your cushion or ball, just pop it into your feet. And we're coming into the level 2 of the clown. So the level 2, if you remember, you're going to hover the feet. As you hover the feet, don't sag through the middle. Keep that top hip drawn down, that core engagement. Feet stay off the ground. Taking a breath in, you're exhaling, taking the knees apart. Inhale to hold. Exhale, bring the knees back together, but keep that hold. Keep going with this movement. Make sure those hips stay stacked. You're not rolling backwards. Make sure you have that nice lift of the bottom leg. And that squeeze of the ball or cushion between your feet. Really feeling it deep into the gluteal muscles. Doing really good. If you get tired, just lift that leg again. Don't forget that hover. I'm going to do 3 more. Last one. Doing great, guys. Okay, excellent. Relaxing the feet down, popping your cushion to one side. Going straight into your arm opening. So bringing that shoulder through, the arm through. Knees super glued and pushed forwards. Hands on top of each other. Taking a breath, you're exhaling and floating the arm back. Your head follows your hands. And then again, you're either inhaling to return, so keeping it flowing. Exhale and back, hips push forwards. Inhale to return, or you can go with the holding pattern. So you exhale and come back, and then at the end of the movement, take a breath. As you exhale, your lungs will deflate. You get extra margins of movement there, and then coming back. So going with whichever of those 2 patterns you feel works best for you. Make sure your knees are super glued to the ground, very much pushing the knees and hips forwards. And again, this is not a shoulder exercise, it's a rotation through the mid-back. And then with your last one, we're going to have a hold. So coming all the way back, push those knees forwards. Now here, take a breath in for me. Nice big deep breath, and then exhale. Exhale, let the lungs deflate completely. Rotate round, nice stretch. And then coming back. Excellent. Slowly roll onto your back. As you roll onto your back, just bring your knees into your chest. So just have a little bit of a knee hug. If you want, you can rock your knees side to side. Bring your nose to your knees if you like. Just doing whatever feels nice for you. And then just popping your feet back onto the mat. We're just coming into a quick stretch segment. First stretch we'll do is for your glutes. We've worked them quite hard this evening already. You're going to place the outer aspect of the right foot onto the left knee. Now if you've had your hip replaced or have any hip issues, you're going to stick with just pushing that right knee away and stretching through the hip and groin. If that feels really quite easy, you can progress to the next phase, which is hugging the left leg towards you. You should feel that deep in your hip and your thigh. If that feels quite straightforward, you can intensify it by bringing your nose up to your knee. So really feeling that stretch deep into the glute, deep down the thigh, Again, nose to your knee just intensifies it. You can just relax down. It's really up to you, just as long as you feel the stretch. A stretch, by definition, is an ever so slightly unpleasant sensation, but it should not be agonisingly painful. I know there's a few of my regulars have got really tight muscles, so they'll agree with the slightly unpleasant comment. Okay, excellent. Relaxing that down and we're swapping over. Right foot on the mat. Outer aspect of the left foot goes on the right knee. Again, if you have hip pathology or hip replacements, just push that left knee away. Otherwise, you can hug the right one towards you. Feel that stretch deep into the hip. You can either relax the head or bringing the head up and nose to the knee, whichever works best for you, okay? Nice relaxed breathing whilst you're stretching here. You might feel it in your bottom, you might feel it down the thigh. You'll feel a stretch where you're tight, so it might feel slightly different. If you're with someone else in the room doing this, you might feel different to the person next to you. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just what you feel. Okay, excellent. Relaxing that stretch off. The left leg now goes flat to the mat. The right leg you're going to hold behind the knee. We're coming into a hamstring and sciatic stretch. You're going to slowly extend that right leg to the ceiling, and then you're going to give me a little bit of a toe wiggle, so back and forth with the toes or a circle. Really get that stretch on the back of the hamstrings, but the toe wiggle helps mobilise the sciatic nerve. So you're stretching both your hamstring, but also getting a nice bit of mobility through the sciatic nerve at the back there. Nice relaxed breathing. Okay, excellent. Gently relaxing that down and swapping over. Right leg flat down, left leg hold behind the knee. Extending the left leg, wiggling the toes. That right leg stays flat down. If you bend the opposite leg, it changes the stretch quite significantly. So keeping the right leg flat keeps your back in a nice neutral position, and it makes sure you target the hamstrings nicely. Nice relaxed breathing just as we're finishing this stretching segment. Okay, excellent. Just slowly bending, bringing both the knees back into a bent position, okay? Now we're going to come into our bridge. I want you to make sure your heels are quite close to your bottom. That will stop you getting cramp in your hamstrings. If you've got your ball or cushion, pop it between your knees. That makes sure you work your inner thighs. What I don't want is legs dropping out to the side. And we're going to do 2 levels of this shoulder bridge. So we'll start with the level 1. Just to check, I want you to tuck your chin in, elongate the back of the neck, palms up to the ceiling, shoulders back and down. So there's no pressure going through the arms. Give that pillow or ball a little squeeze, and again, make sure your heels are close to your bottom. The movement, you're taking a breath to prepare. As you exhale, you're tilting your pelvis downwards, you're engaging your core. And then from there, you're peeling and lifting off to come into your shoulder bridge. Now you're holding it as the top as you have an inhale and breath. Keep those ribs anchored down nice and flat, no arching up. And then slowly with the next breath, you're coming down segment by segment, down, 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 down. Excellent. And then again, breath in to prepare. Exhale, tilt the pelvis backwards, slowly peel and lift, drawing down through the belly button, squeezing up through the bottom, that pillow in the inner thighs, just making you work harder there, and then coming back down once you've held it for the breath. So this is our level 1. We're going to do one more here. And slow down. Now for those of you who are finding this challenging, please stick with the level 1. For those of you who want the extra challenge, as we come into our next one, we're squeezing and lifting. The level 2 tonight is coming up onto your heels. So you're in your shoulder bridge, but you're now up onto your heels, on your toes, heels off the mat. And then keep the heels off as you slowly peel back down. And then place the heels down. And then repeating, taking a breath. Exhale, peeling up into your bridge. Level 2 is lifting the heels, holding it for the breath, and then slowly peeling back down. Popping the heels down. Make sure those heels stay close to the bottom. Peeling and lifting, coming into the bridge. Level 2's heels come off. Hold it for your breath. And then slowly, slowly coming back down. Heels go down. We're going to do a couple more here. Coming up. Draw that belly button down. Squeeze up through the bottom. Heel lift for those at the level 2. Holding it for your breath.
then coming back down. Last one, whether you're on level 1 or 2, coming up, squeeze through the glutes, draw down through the core, heel lift for the level 2, holding it for the breath, keep that squeeze on the pillow or your ball, and then slowly coming back down and bringing the heels down. If you've got your cushion, just lose it, okay? If you want to just have a quick knee hug, some people find you get tight in your lower back with that exercise, so just bringing your knees to your chest for a moment, opening up through the lower back. You can either stick with your knee hug, for those of you who want to come into a happy baby, hold onto your feet, take a breath, exhale and extend, really extending the back of the legs here. And then again with your next breath, opening up the legs, feeling that stretch through the hamstrings. It's called a happy baby. Give me a smile. Nearly there, doing great, guys. And bringing the knees and the feet back together, coming back into your knee hug, popping your feet onto the mat. Excellent. We're going to come into our double tabletop for the next exercise. Again, tuck the chin in, palms up to the ceiling, core engaged. For those of you who've not done double tabletop, I'll talk you through it. You're taking your breath, you're exhaling, you're engaging down, your right leg comes into a right angle, knee over the hip. For the double tabletop part, the left leg joins it. You take a breath in. As you exhale, you really imprint down as the left leg comes into tabletop. At no point should your back arch. It's very much the core is drawing down, so you're anchoring the ribs and the hips together with those muscles. The movement, we're just going to start at the level 1. So the level 1 is our toe taps. You're going to take a breath in. You're exhaling, tapping the toe down. Inhaling, returning, swapping over. Exhaling and tapping the toe down. Inhale, returning. Now if you watch here, the movement is coming from the hip. It's not a bend of the knee and tapping down. It's a drop of the hip and tapping down. So it's an exhale, tapping down. Inhale to return. Exhale, tapping down, inhale to return. Imagining you're tapping a little egg, you don't want to crush it, so it's a very light toe tap. So this is our level 1. You should feel it working the core and the lower abdominal muscles. Keep going for me. We're just going to do a couple more at the level 1. Really imprint down, remember. One more on each side. And then just bring your knees in, just to take the pressure off for a moment. Now I'm going to go into a level 2. For those of you who found that level 1 challenging, please go back to it and stick with it. At no point should you feel it on your back. So if you feel it on your back, stick with the level 1. Coming back into our tabletops, just have a breath, exhale, right leg comes out. Imprint down, take a breath, exhale, left leg comes out. The level 2s, I want you to super glue your knees and your feet together now. And then the movement is the same but both legs together. So you're going to take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, tapping down. Inhale to return. Really anchor down. Exhale, tapping down. Inhale to return. Exhale, tapping down. Inhale to return. Really don't let that back arch. Really engage down. If you're struggling with this, go back to your level 1 toe taps. Level 1's your toe taps. Level 2, knees and feet super glued. Exhale, tapping down. Inhale to return. We're going to do a few more here. Doing really good, guys. Last couple, so either one more on each leg for the toe taps. Last one. Okay, and again, we're coming out. Bring those knees into the chest. One last time. Brilliant work, guys. And pop your right foot down, left foot down. You'll be glad to know we're giving the lower core now a bit of a rest. And we're coming into a shoulder exercise just to finish here. I want you to float both arms in the air. Imagine you've got a helium balloon attached to each arm, so nice and floaty and light. Just check what your head's doing. Tuck the chin in, elongate the back of the neck, crown of the head to the wall behind you. We're going to do some isolating the shoulder blades here.
So what I'd like you to do is take a breath in, and then as you exhale, push the fingertips to the ceiling like your helium balloon's inflated and more. Then as you inhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Exhale, coming up. We're just going to do a few of these. Inhale, shoulders back and down. Exhale, back up. So as you're bringing the shoulders back and down, imagine they're like sliding glass doors, closing and opening, coming around your rib cage. Going to do a couple more here. Really isolating those shoulder blade muscles. Last one. Okay, keep those shoulder blades squeezed back and down for me. Now I want you to imagine there's a spring between your ribs and your hips. We're just going to do a few of these movements here. You're going to take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to float your arms back. Inhale to return. Exhale, float the arms back. Don't let the ribs flare. Inhale to return. So what I don't want is an exhale and an arch, okay? Exhale, coming back. Inhale to return. We're just going to do 3 more here. Keep that chin tucked in, that crown of the head elongated. Excellent. Float those arms back to your sides. Just to finish here, I want you to close your eyes and take a breath for me. Exhale, tuck that chin in, then hold it for me. We're going to have a couple of breaths just with you tucking your chin in. So you're feeling like you're lying here giving yourself a double chin, but you should feel that any tension in the back of the neck and the shoulders, try and let it go. It may even stretch between your shoulder blades. Try and think of length between your ears and your shoulders as you're doing this. Reach your fingertips down towards your toes. So tucking the chin in, a nice strong stretch through the back and the neck of the shoulders. Nice relaxed breathing. Okay, excellent. Letting that go, relaxing the stretch off. Take your time, slowly roll onto your side. As you roll onto your side, hands come under your shoulders and you're back into your 4-point kneeling. Take a breath, arching up into cat-cow. Exhale. We're going to do a couple of your little cat-cows here. Excellent. Take your time. I want you to come up into a high kneeling position, and we're going to pop your hands into your hips. Use your thumbs onto the small of your back, okay? We're just going to do a gentle arch back. Roll those shoulders back and down. Helium balloon, lifting. That pelvic floor is being lifted by the string of your helium balloon. Take a breath in, exhale. Coming backwards, inhale, coming up. And again, breath in, exhale, coming backwards, inhale, coming up. One more here, breath in, exhale, inhale, coming up. Perfect. Pop your hands back onto the mat, tuck your toes under you, spread your fingers wide, take a breath in, exhale, push back into your downward dog, belly button to your spine, look to the wall behind you, and really push those heels down. Extend those knees. Feel like you're getting more of a stretch than we did at the start of the class. And then again, back into our foot pedals. Take a breath, exhaling, pedaling those feet. Can we get those heels almost to the mat now? Feel that stretch through the back of the legs, through the balls of the feet. And then just to finish, take a breath, exhale, push back, look to the wall behind you, belly button to the ceiling. Fingers spread nice and wide. Really extend those knees. No bending the knees. Okay, excellent. Now you're allowed to bend the knees. Walk the hands back to the feet. And you're hanging at the bottom of your roll down now. Lock those knees out for me and just hang. Feel that stretch again through the backs of the legs, through the hamstrings, through the lumbar spine. And then take a breath for me.
Exhale, slowly curl back up. Those 5 lumbar vertebrae coming first, those 12 mid back, those thoracic vertebrae, your 7 neck bones coming last. As you're coming up, think that helium balloon is re-inflating. It's lifting you up nice and tall. Think that you've grown an inch before we started the class. When you stand up, just have a breath. Any swimming, any dizziness, just let it settle. If you're starry, just have a moment, settle yourself. Roll those shoulders back and down. Again, hands in line with the sides. Toes pointing forwards, toes, knees and hips in line, core engaged, growing up tall. We're just going to finish with a few neck stretches here. I want you to gently take your ear to your shoulder, the opposite arm reaches out. Keep this engaged through the centre portion. Nice relaxed breathing here. And then look into your armpit. That changes the stretch slightly. You'll feel the emphasis of the stretch move. Gently back to the centre. Breath in, shrug up. Any tension, let it go. Swapping over, opposite ear to shoulder, opposite arm reaches, elongates through the arm. Core still engaged. Helium balloon still lifting you to a degree. And then again, look to your armpit, change that stretch slightly. And gently back to the centre, bring the arm in. And now I want you to take a really big deep breath, inflate the lungs, shrug up, and then any tension, just really let it go. We're going to do 2 more of those. Big deep breath, any tension, just let it go. Last one. With this one, any stress from your day, squeeze it in and then just let it go. Brilliant. That's us done for the evening. Hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's class. If you've joined me for the first time, please give me a like or at least say hello. Any questions anyone has, like I say, send me a message. Happy to answer them. As I've said previously, I'm going to stick to doing this hour on a Wednesday night until we can get back to normal. Have no idea when that may be. So feel free to continue joining me. Tell your friends. Please stay safe, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. See you next week.